Hey all, Marc here, Tech Stack. Thanks for joining. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about Tech Stack as a Microsoft alternative to some of the PSAs out there like ConnectWise or potentially Datto. The PSA market, typically a tool used by managed service providers to essentially manage the reactive nature of support and trying to automate a lot of that kind of process with their customers. But I think more and more we're seeing that MSPs are trying to derive more revenues from project-based work and also trying to get on the front foot, being less reactive from a support standpoint, more proactive. There's a lot of tools out there, automation tools and the like, but underlying the need or the operating system for the organization, we're starting to see MSPs that want to drive more capability in sales, in project delivery, transforming their revenue models away from dependencies in hardware and time material billing and more into recurring revenue. All that requires a different kind of muscle memory and a different kind of capability within the organization. So what I'm going to do is actually talk a little bit about an alternative to some of the kind of black box, honestly, data technology platforms that are out there from the market leaders like ConnectWise and Datto. I think one of my favorite quotes is a customer of ours, Dave, at Summit Technology. When we announced Summit working with us, I loved his comment here. After wading through a digital swampland of the traditional PSA offerings from ConnectWise and Kaseya, which have the flexibility of a concrete vest, finding your solution feels like striking gold. The legacy platforms aren't just outdated; they're actively hostile to innovation, and we're seeing this, throughout the entire MSP community. There's a couple camps. There's the MSPs that are very comfortable with the out-of-the-box PSAs that are out there, and then there's the camp that are really looking for platforms that will enable growth. And a lot of these companies are already Microsoft partners, and so an alternative like Tech Stack becomes a little bit more interesting. So let's walk through what Tech Stack is. I'm going to cut it straight across the application capability, talk a little bit about the platform itself. Tech Stack is itself a power app. Okay, so Microsoft, if you're a Microsoft partner, you'll be familiar with Microsoft 365 and all these great tools that are kind of in that, bundle. You got the Teams, the SharePoints, the Word, the Excel, the Outlook, all that kind of stuff, everything underpinned by Azure Intra. What Tech Stack is built on is Power Apps, part of the Power Platforms. Power Apps is Power Automate, Power Apps, Power BI, and Virtual Agents, I think, is in there. But Power Apps is a model. We're a model-driven Power App, so you have a Canvas app or a model-driven Power App. Effectively, we're a low-code citizen developer platform. Okay, we're basically underpinned by the same platform that is used by Dynamics 365 for sales and Dynamics 365 customer service. So that's why the UI would be so familiar. You've got the traditional waffle. So this is all the stuff that as a user I have access to within Microsoft 365, Office.com, and then I have my Entra avatar here, right? So you get all the capabilities there, onboarding, offboarding, security groups, all that kind of stuff. But you also get presence indicator kind of built into the app. What's really, really cool about Tech Stack as a Power App is that we actually deploy our software into your tenant. Okay, it's like the opposite of all SaaS products, right? So normally if you were to, let's say, get HubSpot or Salesforce or something like that, they are creating an environment or an instance of their app for you. Okay, so you're going into their cloud. What Tech Stack does is we deploy into your cloud. So you already have like Dataverse within your Microsoft tenant. What we do is kind of deploy our stuff in there, which is really cool because as so important as an MSP that you need to maintain a level of security and there's you're entrusted with all your client data. It's kind of reassuring that you actually can control all the security and everything that happens within your tenant, and we kind of fit into that model. So super, super cool. Okay, I'm going to float right across the app here, not going in great detail. But I think the best place to start is let's look at what a customer record you'd see at a customer level. So I'm in my live environment. This is Tech Stack's use of Tech Stack. LeasePath is a customer of ours. This is a little bit about the customer. Okay, so this is the account form. tons of information in here. Right? So I've got the basic stuff. You can see right away, lease path, they're a customer, they're at their expand stage. I've got my primary contact, who's the CEO. I've got stuff like the currency, they're a Canadian customer. I can go to timeline really quickly here. I'll just take a second to pull up, but this is all the email communication that across all the employees of TechStack. So everybody in our organization communicating with anybody at LeasePath, you can see that in one place, all in this timeline here. So a lot of this communication is in email, but you can very easily filter email from phone calls or appointments, all that other stuff, very easily done. You can search. You can use this Copilot feature to quickly highlight the recent events. Everything in one place. Super cool. Okay. We also have a lot of information about our customers. So you have NPS, which as an organization, we don't tend to do NPS surveys, but we have that capability built into the product. I can see all the orders. So as a subscription-based business, you may want to see all the active subscriptions at least your customer has. So here are the 3 things that the customer is signed up for with us. You have all the invoices that we've issued to the customer. We have a Business Central integration, which is Microsoft's accounting platform. So you can basically send all the invoices that get pumped out of TechStack into Business Central. So you have automated kind of invoice posting, all that kind of stuff. At a customer level as well, you've got a really, really deep and rich integration to SharePoint for document management. So anything that you want to basically store with the customer can be accessed from here. So you can upload new documents, create new documents from here. But even more incredibly, because it is a SharePoint, you can have your Windows Explorer have access to all the same documents. So any document you create and store in the LeasePath SharePoint site will not only be available for your users from Windows Explorer, but they'll also be available within the CRM product, TechStack, and then you'll also see it in Teams. So one of the things we do for all the customers or accounts that reach a certain level of maturity is we would create a Teams channel, right? So you would have all the files that are there as an organization, all the communication we have about the customers, all within this one team. So channel, so it really makes it easy to kind of manage communication with the customer. We also attach a OneNote file about this customer, so everybody in our organization will contribute directly to the OneNote file. So most CRM systems kind of useless in terms of like actually collecting information about the customer or from conversations. So we can collect all that from OneNote. And this is where we're seeing a lot of power, especially in that kind of recap capability from Copilot, Microsoft Copilot. You're on a Teams meeting, you want the recap, you want the transcript, you want the video. All that stuff is connected to this LeasePath our customer account. So, pretty cool stuff. All right, let's dive a little bit deeper in the functionality. TechStack has sales, projects, invoicing, ticketing. Let's get through it. Really quickly on the sales front. The only thing I'll point out is that we have an integrated CPQ, directly in the software, so you can define all the products that you have, all the pricing for those product descriptions, all this sort of stuff. We have a way, if you're using product catalogs, you can dump the product catalog into an Azure site, and we would automatically import those products with price lists automatically as well. We have, one customer that had, millions of products. We don't typically recommend you integrate millions of products into our product, but you can easily do that, or easily, I should say, integrate product catalogs into the system. And then as you're generating quotes or opportunities, in our case, you can, add products directly to that opportunity, which would, create opportunity values. But also allow your reps to easily create documents. So you can generate quotes directly from the system just by grabbing the template you want to use and generating that quote directly from here. You can spit it out to a doc in PDF. You can attach it as an email, send it directly from the system, all that kind of stuff. So quoting is a breeze. We also have the capability to manage projects. So here would be a sample project for a customer, and you can see all the kind of nested parent-child kind of tasks, project tasks. You have relationships between tasks, so predecessors, kind of concepts. So if one thing gets delayed, it kind of spawns out changes across all the project tasks that follow. You can assign team members to your projects. You can track time against projects. You can, with the time, we have role costs. So you can actually get into kind of project profitability. So what does the project cost over the revenue? The revenue could be time and material. It could be fixed price. Fixed price, we have invoicing on opportunity close, or you can invoice on milestones and release milestones against projects. All that stuff, all built into the tool. We also have the ability to manage cases. So not as robust, I don't think, as some of the ticketing systems that are in PSAs, but a very, very capable ticketing capability. With the ticketing, you can have cases come in by phone, by portal, by email, by live agent. And depending on the source of or channel that it comes in, you can collect a lot of information. You do case deflection based on knowledge articles. Knowledge articles can be published to your portal. You can submit cases through the portal, all that kind of stuff. Cases can be automated as well. So there's lots of capabilities with what's called customer assets and IoT alerts. So you can have all the assets about the customer kind of integrated into the system. So you know all the laptops, all the servers about a customer. And then as you have alerts coming in through your favorite alert tool, you can have those alerts come in, and using a rules definition, you can have those alerts automatically create into cases, or alerts can be promoted into cases from these external systems. So all that kind of stuff is built in as well. Because it's a Microsoft product, you're seeing some really, really cool stuff. Microsoft recently announced that they're integrating Teams phone capabilities into the contact center and call center capabilities. So, as a call comes in, it would automatically bring up that account record. And then you can kind of log all the details from that call directly. And obviously, you can call out directly from Teams as well. So it's pretty cool stuff. You can see, you would have, we have a Teams integration. I didn't promote it to this app. I think it should be over here though. Yeah, you can see the Teams caller directly here. So I can call directly from, and as people call in, the right record would kind of pop up. All that capability is there. And then you also have these like kind of co-pilot features that are available within the platform as well. What I really, really love about being part of the Microsoft ecosystem, here's Copilot Studio. So if you're not doing this stuff today, you will be very, very soon. Microsoft 365, I give it a meh, kind of expensive, not 100% sure the value of Microsoft 365 on its own. But I think the power that you're going to start seeing is that Microsoft 365 licensing includes Copilot. So you can create your own agents, and agentic AI is kind of the next kind of step here. So here's a time entry agent that I created. Basically what I wanted it to do is go through everything that I've done in the week and tell me where I put my time. And then I want you to look at all the SharePoint sites. We have Graph APIs that connect to your email and Outlook information. And then I also have a Dataverse connection to our project task, project time entry, and account tables. So you can kind of create your knowledge sources. You can create actions. Actions can include, because we're powered by Dataverse, there's tons of action libraries that are out there. So I could, upload or create a row or update a row. I can update a file based on whatever comes out of this time entry agent. I can trigger that, again, based on certain events in Dataverse or calendar type events. I think very soon you can schedule these Copilot agents. All that capability is built in to this platform, which becomes insane. The amount of things you could automate. Just think about all the things you could automate on this platform. And this is just the low code version of AI. Azure AI is another level. So it's more that kind of developer level of integration. So all that is available. And I think you'd admit that a lot of the 20-plus-year-old platforms that you're seeing from ConnectWise, Manage, and whatever the different Kaseya products are out there for PSA, they're all kind of black box, old code kind of stuff. All of this stuff is open, all Microsoft, all secure, and Microsoft pouring tons and tons and tons of R&D into this stuff. And if you're out there selling this stuff, you might as well be using it internally, right? Yeah, and probably the last thing I kind of mentioned is some of the reporting capability. Because it's Microsoft, you're getting into Power BI. So we've got lots of Power BI reports pre-built for sales, for subscription management, for projects, and for ticketing. So you can get some really, really powerful insights about your business all through Power BI. If you don't like the stuff that we provide out of the box, no issue. You can go build your own stuff. Really, really powerful. All of this, again, because it's a Power App, you have full control from, an admin standpoint. So here's all the Power Platform admin center stuff. You can, maintain security and, elements about the environment. But you can also use make.powerapps.com to, for example, here I'm looking at the case entity. And if I wanted to look at the various forms that are available from the case entity, it's very easy to see the various forms, and I can take the tech stack. The web is the portal, or is this one. So this is our main case form, and if I wanted to make changes to it, it's drop and drag kind of stuff. So really, really easy to make customizations to existing forms, or create new forms, or new tables, or add new columns. You can go crazy customizing this platform. We fully support customization and help you manage those customizations, through solution layering and all that kind of stuff. So you can preserve, as we upgrade, you can kind of preserve all that stuff. So that's the summary of the session today. If there's any interest in learning a little bit more about tech stack and how we might be able to help your managed IT business, we have lots of MSPs moving over to tech stack, especially the ones that are becoming more project oriented and driving more revenue and growth through kind of that recurring relationship with customers. We might be the right partner to work with. So it doesn't cost anything to engage with us, and look forward to the opportunity.